Welcome back to another granularity tutorial. I believe I kind of been absent for I think a week or two now. So if anyone noticed, sorry about that. I was kind of under the weather, been a little sick for a while. You can kind of hear it in my voice. Hopefully not. But yeah, you'll probably hear me coughing and maybe sniffling here and there, taking a sip of water to kind of make sure um, my voice stays uh, listenable, I guess. I don't know how to say it. But so today I have a gripe to pull with a lot of these, um, I guess, channels that only talk about kind of the biggest names in AI, but rather never talking about maybe like the smaller up and coming. I shouldn't say Olama's smaller or Llama's smaller, but I'm mainly talking about a lot of the other up and coming startups that are really doing cool work. Um, I think that at this point in time, we've seen AI evolve to the max at least twice a year, right? I think there's at least a new model coming out every 5 to 6 months, um, from the big three of OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google, right? At least that's what I think is the big three. I believe, like in this case, if you follow kind of hip hop or any kind of music, pop culture, drama, um, it feels like OpenAI is Drake, um, Kendrick might be Anthropic, and Google might be J. Cole. That shows you my age. Anyways, as as we are talking, I kind of want to make a distinction between my gripe with the fact that I don't feel like we're paying attention to a lot of the other highly technological models out here. I think we waited long enough. I'm tired of text-based models. I'm tired of models that kind of are not as. I'm tired of these big three not producing more agentic frameworks, more agentic applications. It kind of just feels like we're kind of remaining in this text-based model space, and maybe they're only saving these, great agentic capabilities for the highest bidders. I don't know, but anyways, um, I'm a huge fan of open source. So number one, the way that this is going to go is I'm going to talk about open source for a while. I don't think I've ever showed you guys how to install Ollama, a local open source LLM to your PC. And then I'm going to talk about my other application I've been kind of exploring called Interpreter, Open Interpreter, which is kind of an agent that can be locally on your PC. So, anyways, let's dive right into it. But before we dive into it, if this does sound like something you are interested in, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, dislike, comment, make suggestions. I want the feedback. I do respond to commenters with great ideas and great insights. Excuse me. So, yeah, I am active in the comment section. But, anyways, let's jump right in. So, local Ollama is a powerful tool that allows users to run large language models directly on their computers without needing internet access. It provides fast, private AI capabilities for generating text, answering questions, or assisting with various language based tasks, while maintaining full control over data and security. Ollama supports fine-tuning models and integrating them with other applications, making it versatile for developers and individuals seeking customizable AI solutions. So, if you're not familiar with Ollama, it is an open source LLM that you can install locally on your PC, Mac, whatever kind of customizable, fast GPU PC you got at home. Um, and you can kind of accomplish this by simply going to, I'll have these GitHub links in the YouTube description that you guys can check out. But you go to this GitHub or you go to the Ollama site itself. They have a plethora of other frameworks, not frameworks, LLMs, as you can see here. There is one that I don't think is here, which is the NVIDIA one. I don't know why that one's not included this, but if you haven't read the news, NVIDIA does have their own excuse me. Sorry about that. Their own LLM. So highly recommend you checking that out. And yeah, giving it a go. I haven't checked it out. I plan to, but yeah. So, anyways, you go into your command prompt, you run Ollama, run Llama 3.2. I kind of already have it installed. Um, but when if you are installing it anew, you'll see that it pulls the manifest, it downloads the LLM for you, blah blah blah, and then you get to a screen like this. One thing I will make a point of is that if you are going to use a local LLM of whatever model, be careful installing it onto your local command prompt or your local PowerShell, whatever you're using. I say that because I'm using Anaconda. If you're not familiar with Anaconda, I believe every data scientist is familiar with Anaconda, or every kind of data person is familiar with Anaconda. Anaconda has the command exe prompt here, or the PowerShell prompt here. This is what I'm using because obviously installing a how many parameters is this? A 3 billion parameter model onto your PC, um, or 8 billion, right, can definitely take up a whole lot of space. 70 billion, right? It can take up a whole lot of space. Um, so my suggestion, I wouldn't necessarily um, install it on your local PC itself, but I would download a platform like Anaconda, use that, and and then kind of just use the tools in that, and then use the command prompt there. So as you can see, Ollama run Llama 3.2. We kind of already did that. Uh, we installed the LLM, and now let's begin asking you questions. What are actually give me top 5 facts about North America. If you're not able to tell yet, I am from North America. I don't know if the accent gives it away or not. But yeah, I don't know too much North American facts. Um, Largest continent. North America is not a continent. North America is not a continent. Wow. But rather a subcontinent that consists of, oh yeah, because there is North America, Central America, South America. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Longest international border. Oh, cool. Oldest continent. That one might actually be interesting. North America is believed to have formed 300 million years ago during the Paleozoic era, making it one of the oldest continents on Earth. Wow. Didn't know that either. Most diverse countries. North America is home to over 35 countries, true, including blah, 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 blah. Okay. I hope you find these facts interesting. Thankfully, I did. Um, Now, my gripe with this, as I said in the beginning, is running, or let me back up. My gripe with this is with these models becoming so sophisticated, so knowledgeable, why haven't we implemented a way to where it can perform agentic um, jobs on my own PC? For example, something simple. Please create or please code me a simple timer with a easy to use GUI. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, it is able to create starter code, right? That you can kind of copy, paste into VS Code or whatever IDE you're using, and then you kind of go about building on top of it. That's good news, right? You are able to kind of do the same thing you're able to do in ChatGPT for free within a local LLM, and probably produce the same level of sophistication, for this application. Still going. Cool. So it just got done writing. And then, as you can see, this code creates a simple GUI with an entry field to input time in seconds, start and stop buttons, and label to display the timer value. When you press the start button, the timer starts counting down from the entered value, and when you press the stop button, the timer stops. The timer updates every second, displaying the remaining time in hours, minutes, and seconds. You can run this code by saving it to a file, for example, timer.py, and running it with Python timer.py. Now, what if we say, please execute this code? I'm a large language model. I don't have the capability to directly execute code or run external programs. However, I can guide you through the process of executing the code. To execute the code, follow these steps. And as you can see, it's just kind of going to run through the whole thing all over again. It's not actually going to execute it, and I don't really feel like spending the entire time having it run through the entire code all over again. But you get the idea, right? Is I wanted to not only write this code, but execute it. It's annoying to, I want to eliminate as much bottlenecks, as much time as I can, and make it as easy as possible for myself to just have an LLM write the code for me, then have it executed for me, and then I'm able to kind of take it and run. If I want to kind of add my own twist and spice to it, I have the freedom to do that by copy and pasting. If I don't, I just want to take it and run with it. I'm cool with that. But I want it to execute the application so I can see it for myself. As you can see, that did not happen. So next, which is what I'm excited to show you and present, is Open Interpreter. I kind of found out Open Interpreter through my own exploration, I guess. And I was looking up, I was trying to find my own tutorials and own like research, or not research, but own like people who played with Open Interpreter, and I couldn't really find much. So maybe this is a new tool for you just as much as it is for me. So anyways, let's kind of jump into Open Interpreter. So let's talk about Open Interpreter. Local Open Interpreter is a tool that allows users to run language models locally for executing and interpreting code across various programming languages and tasks. It supports code evaluation, debugging, and real-time code execution directly on the user's system, ensuring data privacy and fast processing. This tool is useful for automating coding workflows, running scripts, and integrating code execution into broader development projects without relying on external servers. So this right now is my favorite thing to use. This is no plug. I'm not sponsored by this application. This is just something that I literally use on a daily for projects. If I wanted to kind of have it create me a simple project, simple showcase, simple MVP that might include a GUI, it can do that. I think just recently. Oh, if you're not familiar with what a GUI is, it's a guided user interface. Shouldn't throw acronyms in there. People don't really know. Um, but a simple guided user interface, it can create that. I think maybe earlier this week I had it create me a simple stock tracker, right? You're able to enter the ticker, and it's able to not only show you the current stock price, but also the historical and possibly predicted stock price or direction. So it's able to do all this, right? And you're able to switch between local models, or like local models like Llama, or use more closed models like GPT-4o. You're able to do that. So let's hop into kind of what I'm trying to say and explore kind of my experience of Open Interpreter. So if you don't have Open Interpreter already installed, um, you're gonna want a same concept, right? I would still use Anaconda. Use Anaconda, download it, use their command prompt. Do that instead of filling your PC, filling your PC's memory and GPU. But you would kind of want to go to here first, pip install Open Interpreter in your command prompt. And then once you have it installed, I already kind of have mine installed, you then can just usually use interpreter, um, or just input interpreter, enter, and you'll get this screen here. And as you can see, you do have the option to run local, which then you'll get llamas. Then you'll get LLMs like llama in there. Um, and for now, right, the default is GPT-4o. I already entered in my API key. Let's kind of get started in going. So, um, I don't entirely know if this is necessarily just a text-based model, but that's kind of not what I really wanted to show you guys. We already know like there's a bunch of text-based models out there, right? The Llama is a text-based model. GPT is without agents behind it is a text-based model. There's all types of text-based models out there. I want something that can be local, that can be my local agent, and that can execute my code that was written in text-based by an LLM. Um, so we're going to use the same example that we had used with Llama, right? Please code a simple timer with a easy to use GUI. Now, my expectation is that it will code this, ask if this code is okay, and then either A, ask if I want to run this code, or B, just run it automatically. So it runs through the steps, it kind of gets busy, it moves pretty fast. I think Llama's slower. This could be just because, we're using GPT-4o and Llama might be a little bit slower. But as you can see, GPT-4o is moving pretty fast to the point where my screen is flickering. Um, so as you can see, it's pretty useful. It could be also just because it's minimized. But anyways, this is where you get where it's like, would you like to run this code? Yes, I would. We give it some time. And on this side, we have the timer, right? So let's start it. There you go. And then let's stop it. And as you can see, it stopped at 6 seconds. Then let's reset it. And then let's start it again. Beautiful. So as you can see, it does what I wanted to do, at least, right? I didn't ask for anything extensive, but I want you guys to explore this. I want you guys to try it out. I want you guys to get as extensive as you can be, push it to its limits, and then come back and say, hey, you know what, Cameron, I found out that this is where like the limitations are. This is what it could and can't do, right? I wasn't necessarily looking for it to be like a text-based model and ask questions, over and over again to it. I was more so looking for it to be an agent that can not only create code for me, but execute it as well. So I know that we have Cursor AI and Devin out here and all these other AI coding assistants, GitHub Copilot, but I don't want an assistant. I want I guess I want an employee or a team member that I don't have to pay to kind of like throw this code to in my own time, or say, hey, I want this coded up in my own time, see how far it gets, and then have it ask me, should I run this? I hit yes, and it basically runs it for me and creates the application without me having to copy and paste it, re-edit it, remodify it, so forth and so on. I mean, you can copy this and paste it into your own IDE and then play with it and customize it, add your own take to it. But I'm just saying for something as simple as this, a simple timer, right? You don't really need much play around, right? I mean, a simple clock, you don't need much play around, a simple timer, what have you. My whole point of this tutorial is to tell you like it's possible to have your own local agent. Right? I think this is kind of what we need to push for, right? Maybe not push, but maybe like this is what we kind of need to begin creating, right? I don't think we should rely on big companies to like, you know, meet our priorities, but instead, if we have the agency as humans, and we think something like this is a priority, we should collaborate and begin creating more and more agentic applications like this that can make our lives easier. Do I kind of honestly want to be able to tell a agent a command. It does that command, and then asks, hey, is the steps I've done correct? Do you like it? I say yes, I say no. If I say no, it goes back, redoes it, and asks for suggestions. What's wrong? Asks for feedback. Or B, I hit yes, and it then executes it and gets whatever I need. This is what I want to see, what exactly is in front of us. But anyways, that's the video here today. That's the tutorial here today. Sorry for like kind of like the coughing and I don't know if I did any sniffles, but I was sick. I still kind of am sick, still getting over it. I think it's just simple flu. But yeah, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you liked what you saw today. Please make sure you like, dislike. It's free. Please make sure you comment as well, make suggestions, include feedback. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I want to know about it because I'm pretty active in the comments as well. I love new ideas. I love critiques, criticism. And so I'm open to it. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Bye-bye.